My name is Anzualdo Castro. I'm the sister of Kenneth Anzualdo Castro. He was a student who disappeared 21 years ago in the Pentagonito.
Y también estoy aquí porque el asesinato es a la naturaleza.
I'm also here because they are murdering nature, and also because the peasant leaders who are struggling for water are also being killed. The same thing happened years ago, when young people fought for student welfare and opposed what the government did at that time. They were kidnapped and disappeared.
Bienestar estudiantil también, o se opusieron a lo que hacía el gobierno en ese entonces y fueron secuestrados y desaparecidos.
Currently, there's a trial in the criminal division of the Callao Naval Base for the forced disappearance of 2 students, including my brother and a teacher who was a professor at the University of San Cristóbal de Huamanga of Ayacucho.
Entre ellos mi hermano y un profesor, que en ese entonces era profesor en la Universidad San Cristóbal de Huamanga de Ayacucho.
Can you tell us what exactly happened to your brother and why was he targeted?
En los años 80 al 2000, el país, el Perú, vivió un conflicto armado interno.
During the 1980s to 2000, Peru went through an internal armed conflict. Students, especially from public universities, were considered potential terrorists.
Considerados potencialmente terroristas.
My brother offered to be a witness around the case of the disappearance of a young man named Martín Roca Casas. 2 days before going to testify in front of the district attorney, my brother disappeared. It was December 16, 1993.
Este año van a ser cumplidos 21 años.
This year, it will be 21 years. He was a young man committed to student activism at the university and to reclaiming the rights of the people. So I join young people today because my brother had that spirit. So for me, it is a way to see him alive now. And that is my motivation to be here today. And even more because of the water, the earth, life.
Can you tell us how you feel about the COP being hosted in the shadow of El Pentagonito and the police here behind you?
Sí, saberlo me indignó muchísimo.
Yes, knowing about it made me feel very outraged. I was already outraged before because the site became a place where fashion shows were happening. It became a place for concerts. Actually, this made me feel helpless and angry, because the government did this even after discovering a furnace where people were cremated.
Porque el gobierno en ese entonces que sabían ya que se había descubierto un horno ahí donde incineraban las personas y de hecho
a human remain was found there too. It was the right-hand phalanx finger of a person about 25 years old. And that was precisely the average age of the young people who had disappeared. Students.
Los jóvenes que tenían ese promedio de edad los que han desaparecido en su mayoría, estudiantes. Entonces, saberlo de la...
Now the COP is there. On the surface, they're struggling for the planet, but the people in power have another agenda. If anything inspired me to come out in the streets today, it's that I'm not afraid.
Algo me dio salir a las calles, ahora es que no tengo miedo. He considerado que la vida...
I think that life and rights have always been won with struggles, and so therefore that fight is part of life. So that's why I joined the protests. I'm not afraid anymore, and the police only obey orders. They're not the bad guys. I know that the bad guys are the ones who are in power and don't know how to govern.
Sé que los malos están en el poder que no saben gobernar.